Each chapter we close opens the way for a new journey to unfold. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that we all have the power to write our own story, shape our own path, and create the life that we dream of.
So 2024 is almost complete. I thought it'd be a good idea to reflect on my year, things that have gone well, things that haven't gone well. First of all, in terms of this year especially, I've travelled the most I've ever travelled in 1 year, and I've been abroad 3 times, which is insane. I've only ever been kind of one time abroad at most. So the first trip was LA and Vegas, and for about 12 days, really good experience. Did all the standard stuff, but 2 of the main highlights for me was I trained jiu-jitsu in a gym in Vegas and a gym in LA. The gym in Vegas was a famous gym where some of the UFC fighters train at, and that was called Extreme Couture. And there was one in LA as well, which was called Cobra Hin, BJJ. Really cool. Met some insane people, and it was just such a good experience to think that a sport like jiu-jitsu, I could just go in there and you guys can just train and have a common ground, which was jiu-jitsu. The other main sort of experience from LA in particular was I managed to go to a short movie premiere of a creator that I've been following for about a couple of years. So his name's Adrian Per. Really talented guy. He's a filmmaker and cinematographer, makes short form content. Really talented. He's an insane creator. I've been following him for about 2 years now, and it's mad because he had probably announced his short movie premiere months in advance. It just happened to coincide when we were in LA, and it was really good. Went on my own, didn't know anyone there, spoke to a few people. There was a whole kind of gallery and different pieces from different creators, and then the short movie premiere itself was really cool. And also I got to talk to the main man, give me some good advice as well. And I asked him my scenario where I'm a S&C coach, I'm a physio, I've tried creating content and I just feel burnt out, I'm not sure what to do. And the advice he gave me, a few things really, is provide value, be real to people, don't bullshit people basically, and crowds will follow you, not specifically what you're doing. And the example he gave was, one day if he decided to do something else related, completely different, then you'd want to build a community that would then follow you to that and not necessarily follow you just because of one thing. And really good advice, and that stuck by me till this day. And I think overall, just seeing a bunch of creators in one room, some that I recognised as well, was just a mad experience, because really in Manchester or in the UK don't really get that as much. I feel like it's a lot more diverse out there, and you have more of a creative community that can come together and do things like that. So definitely was a once in a lifetime kind of experience. Another big trip was Jordan. I've mentioned this a few times in the last few videos. I think it is episode 6. I did a full vlog on it. I think it was about 17-18 minutes long. That was absolutely insane. I kept getting emails for it for the last 12 months, and then I decided to, at the start of the year, put in my notion that maybe I'd do that one or the Morocco Ultra event, which again, if you've not watched episode 6, basically it's an ultra marathon. The Jordan one was in the Jordan desert over 5 days. As a physio, I helped the marathon runners, or a group of us helped them alongside the medics just to get them by the race and get them and support them with strapping and physio, etc. Pretty much 4 or 5 weeks prior before it started, I just paid for the ticket and did it, and it was the best thing I ever did. Honestly, I got ill, which wasn't ideal at all, but that was maybe 3-4 days in, I got ill. Other than that, it was an amazing experience. Camped in the desert, saw the Milky Way galaxy at night, met some insane people. Didn't have my phone with me or any internet for the whole week, which is really good. And it was just a good opportunity to disconnect and refresh and just get away from everything. Definitely a once in a lifetime opportunity. As I said, go watch episode 6. Really cool video. Athletes were insane as well, and that is really the reason why I started I've started running pretty much. Jordan was probably one of the main highlights of this year, because not many people can say they've camped in a desert for a whole week. So some new passions I've developed this year. So I created this YouTube channel in summer, started posting on this channel, and it's a nice change from all the short form stuff. I really like long form. It gives me more freedom to be creative, and you don't have to be kind of fast paced with everything, and it's evergreen in a sense that it always stays there. I feel like with Instagram and sort of social media generally, you create something, it's there for a day or two, and then yeah, it's pretty much gone. This YouTube channel has been really fun to develop. I've started posting a bit more regularly over the last month or so, trying to keep that consistent throughout, and yeah, just keep learning, keep enjoying what I'm doing. I was creating a lot of content in the last couple of years on Instagram around physio and coaching and fitness and strength and conditioning and rehab, and I just got sick of it, to be honest. You know, everything's quite the same on Instagram. It's targeted towards that, where you need people's attention every 2 seconds. I just got sick of it, and I'm like, you know, you stress days and days and you know, the whole week over one reel. You make it, spend hours and hours and hours on a 10-second reel, you post it, and then yeah, it's pretty much gone. So YouTube has been really cool to, you know, take all that and document my training and document running. My main other things are, well, a few things: cinematography, color grading, and actually learning how to use a camera. So with the cinematography, for some reason in the summer I started seeing a wave of new creators playing around with all these angles of filming and everything, and I just found it really mesmerizing of how someone's able to kind of plan that and film that and put that together. Alongside that, it was the color grading, so all the colors, the film grain, it just looked insane. Obviously I had no clue how they did it, rather. So I started learning how to use DaVinci Resolve, free software. Really complex at the start. It took me about 5-6 months to get my head around it. Now I've actually, you know, become used to it. It's been a game changer in terms of, you know, the cinematography, thinking about angles of filming and storytelling. And then the other thing with the cinematography and color grading is using cameras. So the first, I guess, proper one I started using was Sony ZV-1, which I got in March, and that was really good. Took it on all my trips, but I realized I can't really shoot in log with that just because it just looked grainy as hell. Yeah, I was kind of limited with the capabilities. So I sold that. I got the ZV-E10, which I'm using now, and now I actually know how to do all the settings, whereas before I just put it in auto. Combine that with the cinematography and the color grading. Just really excited to see where I can take this in the next 12 months and just keep at it, to be honest. I've started running, so from the Jordan trip I decided, right, I need to start running. If you watch episode 10, which is the one before this, yeah, I kind of go into more depth with the running, specifically on the running, so you can go and watch that. I think week 3 now, and it's going really well. Really happy with my progress, and I plan to take that to the point where I can do a 5k, potentially half, and then a full marathon in a year's time. I've discussed all the things that went really well, what actually hasn't gone well. So at the start of the year I felt really burnt out, and the main reason why was I opted into doing like this social media accelerator program, and I was trying to do everything myself, and I thought, right, I'll pay a chunk of money, and it was quite expensive, to a coach who helps people grow their social medias, and it was a group coaching program. Did it from I think December, so 3-4 months it was meant to be. I stopped like 12-13 weeks in, and honestly it was probably one of the worst things I've ever done. In all honesty, I just realised that it was like a sheep mentality thing in that group. Everyone's basically a sheep and doing all the same things, and long story short, I did that and I felt really burnt out. I tried creating a bit of content, tried to keep on top of the social media, changed my niche about 100 times, and really what kind of tipped that over and led me to stopping content creating and a bunch of other things was in around June time. My mental health just took a dive, and I had some things going on at the time, but yeah, it really impacted me, and for about, honestly, probably only up till the last 1 or 2 months I've actually started feeling normal again. But yeah, I stopped training jiu-jitsu, I stopped training in the gym, I was eating just loads of takeout food, gained weight, was sleeping all the time, just bed rotting, and I just took a complete break. I went pretty much offline on most things, and I took a massive break, which I think in reality was a silver lining, because I really needed that. Half the year was, you know, a bit of a blur in that sense. I was in that bubble where I just felt really, really shit and really low, and I just didn't know how I was going to get out of it. With that being said, the silver lining was the break. I think if I didn't get that break, I wouldn't have started looking into YouTube, cinematography, learning how to color grade, doing all these things. Once I got back from LA in May, June time, I lost all kind of motivation to try and progress my coaching business, which I did put it on the back burner at the start of the year because I felt burnt out. But this even, like, I went further away from it after this. Just chilled out for about 4 or 5 months, which I enjoyed. I didn't have any other stresses. But as I always say, there's always a silver lining to a lot of shit that happens in life. And definitely I have learned a lot of things this year, which I'm going to share with you. It's okay to not do anything for a little bit. Sometimes disconnecting is probably the best thing you can do in this day and age, or the sort of social media, and everyone tells you need to, whatever you do, you need to go hard at it, you need to get there as quick as possible, you need to be successful as quick as possible. Honestly, that's been me the last 2-3 years, and probably why I have burnt out. I'm gonna have fun with it, gonna enjoy the process, gonna learn, gonna make mistakes, and I'm not gonna try and chase perfectionism. And yeah, just go with it and take every opportunity as it comes. At the same time, with taking a break, I think it is important not to stay there too long, especially with me. This happened in the past, and this happened in the last 6 months, where I got too complacent and I was finding it really hard to start up again in terms of creating content and having the motivation to do something that I really, really enjoy, that I'm really passionate about. And it took a good while for me to get going again, whereas now I feel like I'm in a good flow just because I started taking little steps to plan my videos, discussed it with a friend in terms of the ideas I had. Another thing with that is life is too short. Like, seriously, I think opportunities come and go. You know, I'm 26 now, and I've realised that them opportunities that are coming now may not always present themselves later on. So it's so important to seize everything you can right now and not to worry on the what ifs. You know, I'd rather do something and not like it than have the regret of, oh, what if I did this, what if I did that? Because really, any opportunity in life can change the course of your life or trajectory of the things you were going to do. So definitely take on any opportunities, anything you want to do. And again, that applies to me. I'm doing it with this YouTube channel. I've got things planned in the next 6 to 12 months as well that I've been wanting to do for a while. So yeah, anything you want to do, just go for it. You know, who gives a shit what people think? People will laugh at you, people will mock you. It's happened to me in the past. You know, I used to have a YouTube channel when I was in school. I got ripped for it. People were making fake accounts, and I'm pretty sure it's people from my school, people I knew, making fake accounts, commenting stupid things, and even after school as well. I remember one time I was in college and they sent, these people I knew from school sent me a video of them watching one of my videos and taking a piss out of me, which is fine. Back then it does impact you. So, for me, for the last 10 years, I've always wanted to do something creative, and now I'm actually doing something. It's insane, and those people will watch on. So I think, don't give a shit what people think, just do what you want to do. Life is actually too short. I think it's enjoying the journey. There's going to be loads of highs, but there's going to be probably a lot more lows with that. And it's just riding the wave. Shit will happen. You'll make mistakes. Things will go well, things will go bad. And it's just finding the happy medium where you're learning continually through that. Yeah, just don't rush it. Things take time to grow, do well, and develop. For me specifically, and I've learned this the hard way over the last couple of years, but as long as I'm continually developing and improving with each video and taking the time out to work on my craft, then yeah, I can't do any more than that. And it's just being content with that process, where there will be challenges, there will be things I want to get better at the same time. If I look at my first video on my channel to now, massive improvement, and it's only been a few months. And lastly, tying everything off, is keep going. If you've got a goal, if you've got something you want to do, or you're doing something and it's not working out as much as you want it to, if it's you're creating content and things aren't popping up for you, if you've started a new business, or absolutely whatever it is you've got to just keep going, keep persistent, put in loads of effort. It's not going to be an overnight success. All these experiences will compile together, and in the end, you'll have a library of all the work you've done. And if it's 100 videos or 1,000 videos, and then you've got one video that pops off and then that starts everything, then you've got a library of successes, because you've tried, you put in the effort, and you kept going. That's the most important thing. Advice for 2025, this is for me. and for everyone, whoever is watching, if you've got to this point, I appreciate it, is keep going. Any goals that you have, strive to achieve them, and take it easy on yourself. You know, have a day off. Don't be too hard on yourself, and things take time, so have that patience. And I think most importantly, have contentment with the challenges you have. So be content with things that are going well, but at the same time be content with the challenges you have in life. And yeah, just keep going and enjoy the journey. So that's everything from me. This is my last video of this year. Praying next year goes even better and is a lot easier than this year. Very excited to just keep posting on here, and yeah, just keep things going and grow this community. Most importantly, just get better at my craft and enjoy it as well. So yeah, take it easy. I'll catch you guys in 2025, and we'll keep it going. Peace.